Hey, hey, what do you say? What's the word, bird? What's happening? What's happening? What's happening? I give some people time to come in the room. What's up, Natasha? How you be? What's up, Isha? Hey, hey, what do you say? What's happening? I was laying down. I said, let me come on before I get too sleepy. I've been wanting to talk about these subjects, but I wanted to give it some time to mature, right? So when I came on, we can really have some things to chop it up about because we got to admit your boy was right. I'm good. How are you? Oh man, Allah has been good to me. I was having some problems out of the truck, but somehow they worked themselves out. So I'm glad because I was sure getting ready to spend some money in my mind. So man, it's a blessing that those check engine lights went off. So I'm great. I'm on my way back from Pennsylvania. So I'm still in Pennsylvania. I make it back to Chicagoland tomorrow. You know, get to the gym, clean up my house a little bit, and then hit the gym again before they try to send me back out. But yeah, I'm good. I'm good. I'm good. I hope y'all are good too. Hope y'all are good too. Yeah, I said I was gonna come on because I wanted some time for these events that's been taking place in the media, and you can't say your boy has not been a good warner. I have been warning you all about these things were coming. All this madness was coming, right? And here it is, just like I said. But I can't take all the credit for it. You know what I'm saying? The writing was on the wall. All the person had to do was really look for it. And in my case, hell, I've been watching them make this march for years. Just been sitting back, just watching. Every time they said something, every time they did something, every time somebody didn't go to jail that probably should have went to jail, every time I didn't see a certain indictment, I just seen certain laws just stripped. All of our safeguards have been stripped away over the last, let me see, Bush, Clinton, Obama, now this clown. So 5 presidents, they've been stripping away all our safeguards to get us into this state where it looks like Mad Max in America. You know, you don't see you don't see the spark of ingenuity in people's eyes when you see them. Everybody looks demoralized. Because that's what the whole goal is: get you to a point where you can't make a decision. Because this is what they do. I'm gonna tell you what they do. I don't know if y'all been paying attention. Y'all are pretty good. Y'all pretty smart audience, so I'm sure y'all know. But for the people on the playback that may not know these things, it's just to help people who don't know, and we can just kind of um, reaffirm that we was on the right page all along. What they do is they'll come out and say, let's see, let me pick out something that's been recent. They may say, eating bananas is great, right? It's full of potassium and this and that, right? Then next week they come out with another study from some other obscure college somewhere. Yeah, eating too many bananas causes, you know, tumors. You'd be like, wait a minute. My memory is not that short. Last week they said the potassium was good. This week they said it has caused tumors. which which is which do I believe? Right? And so what they do is the reason why they do this, and I just use that as a, as an example, but you could pick anything, right? You're gonna see good and you're gonna see the bad for that same thing, right? And the reason why they do that so they can demoralize you, so you can't make a decision, right? So it's paralysis by analysis, right? You will have to study umpteen reports, studies and white papers and articles in order for you to make an informed decision, right? And most people, they know our attention spans are not that long. We're not going to do that because we only got 7-second attention spans. You see? So the whole goal is to demoralize you so you can't make a decision, which helps them uh, dip in your pockets, right? Now they're able to dip in your pockets and just take whatever they want. They're able to strip away all the protections that will protect you and your money. So now you have literally no protections. And anytime it's like you let somebody bully you. You know what I mean? The first time they do it, you're kind of shocked because you're trying to figure out in your mind, you're trying to rationalize it. Why are they picking on me? I'm not the biggest kid, but I'm not the littlest kid. I'm not the scrawniest kid. I'm not the goofy looking kid with the glasses, 4 eyes. Why the person is picking on me? That's what your mind would tell you as a kid, But the thing is, the bully just picks on everybody. It just seems like it's you because you are the person being picked on, but you don't see when that person is picking on somebody else. And even if you do see them while they're picking on somebody else, it's not you, so you don't worry about it. So you really don't see it. It was one of those type of things. So, but yeah, so they demoralize you to the point where you can't make a decision about nothing. Right. So that's why I say I've been sitting back watching these things, but I've been waiting for them to play out in real time because they had wrote about all this stuff, and some of us know that. The Great Reset, they wrote about it, right? Agenda 21, they wrote about it. What's the other one? Agenda 21, Great Reset. There's a few more of them out there that really stands out in my mind, but I can't think of them right now because I'm off the cuff with it. But yeah, they man, they've been talked about these things. So in my mind, I'm thinking when I was seeing this stuff years ago, I'm thinking to myself, like, let me see, these people got to be crazy. One, they crazy, but they got a lot of money and influence, and people seem like they're taking them serious. Like, hmm, it's got to fail. In my mind, I'm thinking, okay, it's going to fail. They're going to make a mistake. They're going to do something. They're going to end up in the bear trap, and then life will go back to normal as we know it. Boy, was I sadly mistaken because they've been just marching and they've been paying people off. They've been assassinating people. They've been framing folks. They've been locking folks up, disappearing people, all kind of stuff in order to keep this this machine marching toward their ultimate goal. So I'm like, wow, what up, Noah the Great? I see you. What's happening? But yeah, so this war that we see over there. Now, I'm sure y'all won't know my take. Sweetberry, I'm surprised she's not in here. Shout out to Sweetberry because she's the sponsor of the show. She cashed at me the other day, so I want to let her know that I didn't forget, right? And she sent me some stuff, and Norda Gray sent me some stuff too. So shout out to them. And what I saw in my mind, I'm thinking, okay, to me, the way I look at it is two white supremacist powers or two supremacist powers fighting, right? Really, we ain't got no stake. We ain't got no dog in the fight. What up? What up? What up? I see you. You say what? You never called me. Did you send me your number? Make sure you email me. Let me put my email in the chat. Hold on. Why can't I put something in the chat? Man, I ain't been on here so long. I don't forgot how to work this phone. Posts. There we go. I got it. Let me put my email in the chat. You could just send me the number, then I'll call you. You know, a kid be busy, man. Do. Hold on, fam. I got you. I got you. I got you. All right, there go my email in the chat. So email me with your number and I'll call you. Not a problem. But yeah, like I said, it's two supremacist powers, and we ain't got no dog in that fight. You know what I mean? We ain't got no dog in that fight. We really don't. Now, the thing that we would uh have to pay attention to is the fact that anytime it's a conflict, it may start out with two people, but it can always spill over. So then that spillover can also affect our lives. So we have to be knowledgeable about the spillover. You know what I mean? But the ultimate start of this thing is really not really our fight. Now, what I did notice was one that the West instigated this fight. I don't know if y'all know that, but you know they instigated the fight, and then Putin and his boys, they was doing their war games as well, right? So they kind of both instigated this to bring it to this point, right? Um, but these are the type of games that they play. So this ain't none of our business. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, they let them go out there and play all them war games. Only bad part about it that we got our melanated men and women that's in the armed forces that got to go over there and ultimately you know have something to do with it. But outside of that, this really is not our fight. Let them go out and play their little war games and knock each other block off. What we care? You know what I mean? Because when stuff is happening to our people around the world, you know what I'm saying? Melanated people around the world, we don't never hear them speaking up, talking about, that's not fair what you're doing to those people there, and why is this and why is that? They're not asking no questions. You know what I'm saying? They're not trying to hold America to the Constitution. They're not trying to take them to task. They're not trying to take them to the woodshed. You know what I mean? I appreciate you. I'll look at it after stream. But so hell, when now that they need some aid and assist, hey, you on your own. You know what I mean? That's only fair. Like we going through all our issues. They ain't never came through, and even if you weren't able to do nothing physically, you never even spoke up about what's going on here with us. So in my case, why should we be speaking up about what's going over there in y'all country? You all and your big brother Russia next door to you, y'all into a spat. Hey, that's between y'all. This ain't got nothing to do with us. So basically, my position is we keep our nose out of it unless it's a spillover. All right, not a problem. I'm gonna hit you. Yeah, we ain't got to worry about it unless it's a spillover, right? So that's one. The other thing is that the West instigated it. You know what I mean? And then left the Ukrainians out there to dry, got them all geeked up. You know what I'm saying? Charged them up, put the battery cables on their back. Yeah, yeah, yeah. We got you. Gonna support. We gonna sanction. We gonna do this, and this. And then ultimately, when Putin's like, "Look, I ain't trying to hear none of that." You know what I'm saying? What's up? What's up? What's up, Ukraine? Huh? What's up? Yeah. Oh, so you go call reinforcements in, huh? Yeah, they ain't gonna do nothing. So sure enough, my man had to show him, and we see who winning that, right? You see who winning that, right? So they gonna let him have it. They gonna let him have it. Now, if the president, you could tell he's a doofball because if he was like if I was, let me tell you what I would do. Maybe I should tell y'all what I should do. Maybe that'd be a better way to explain it. What I would do, one, I wouldn't have failed for the West and NATO and all of them putting the cables on me. First of all, I wouldn't have failed for that because I know how they do. They'll charge you up to get your head shot off. Okay. So one, I wouldn't have done it. What they should have did was just stay in their fucking lane. That's what they should have did. right? Russia wasn't really threatening. You should have told the West, stay out of the East. Stay out of this. I don't want to be a part of the EU. I don't want to be a part of NATO. And I don't need the West for nothing. Okay? Other than to maybe exchange goods, commerce. That's it. But all that military stuff, all the war games and military, nah. Ukraine should have stayed out of that. If they had stayed out of that, Russia really wouldn't have had no real incentive to go in. The reason why they went in, okay, is because if you go back in the record, Putin been saying, "Hey, NATO, you're closing in, and you're surrounding me. You're surrounding Russia. We can't allow you to do that. Stop it." You can go back in the archives. The man's been saying that for the longest. Okay, and if they had let just sat back idly by and let the West uh brainwash my man in the Ukraine to join NATO, then of course once they got dude, you know, in their back pocket, they would have brought missiles right up into, like he said, Russia's front door, front porch. That's what he said. He said, "You think I'm gonna let you bring missiles to my front porch? Y'all got to be crazy." Ukraine is considered their front porch, so he had to go in there secure it. My man should not have fell for that. I wouldn't have fell for that. I would have stayed neutral. That's what he should have did, and that way Russia wouldn't have had no incentive to come in. But the fact is that they was flirting with the idea, and dude was, I don't know what his, I don't know. I really don't know much about him. I haven't really looked into his background, but you could tell he ain't on military strategy. That's for sure. Okay. And even at this late juncture, he's still effing up. Now he see the West is not gonna come through. NATO is not coming through. You know what I'm saying? You can ask for help all around the world with a public plea, and guess what? Nobody's really stepped up. Yeah, they put sanctions on Russia, but guess what? Hey, we propped them up too. Remember, your boy Joe Byron, he shut down the Keystone Pipeline, and what did he do? Stop importing. Well, I don't know if he was importing or buying a lot of oil from Russia. Plus, Germany buys a lot. All them Eastern Bloc countries buy a lot of oil from Putin, and they didn't stop none of the oil uh, uh, transports and the sanctions. So Russia still get to make their money. So why did he care? I'm still making my money. I'm still making my oil money. And I get to take Ukraine and they got oil reserves. Plus they got a lot of other natural resources, a lot of waterways, right? That he'll have access to. Plus he get to rob everybody now. Then he get to install a puppet government that's going to be sympathetic to Mother Russia. So he wins, and he gonna come out like a fat cat when this is all said and done. You know. But now, if dude had any real sense, what he would do is he would go on TV, tell his people, "Hey, look, we put up a good fight. You know what I mean? We were part of Russia at one time. We should sit down at the negotiating table and have a real discussion. In the meantime, let's have a legitimate ceasefire. Okay. We lay down our arms as a sign of good faith. We'll have our Russian big brother to lay down their arms as a act of good faith. We will meet in a neutral place and negotiate a effing ceasefire surrender. That's what he should do. I don't know who this person is. You must be new over here. I don't know what you put in that top, what that is, but we're gonna till you explain yourself. Um, that's what should happen. Okay, because at this point, you're just getting your soldiers killed and your civilians killed. You're getting your cities leveled for what? For what? That shows you he don't know what he's doing. Nobody's coming to your aid in the fence. You can't fight them off for too much longer. So you're gonna have half of your military and half of your civilian population wiped out. You're gonna have all your beautiful buildings and stuff leveled for what? To surrender in 2 weeks from now? It don't make sense. You might well surrender now. And ain't no shame in surrender. That would be smart. But he let the West charge him up. He thinks sanctions and all that. Man, sanctions ain't gonna work with people rolling tanks in your front door. Sanctions don't work, homie, when they rolling tanks through your front door. Let me just tell you that now. I ain't even gotta be no military genius to know that. Once the bombs are falling, okay, sanctions didn't work. Dummy. Dude was a dummy. Straight up. Straight up dummy. You know what I'm saying? And the other piece I wanted to talk about was what's that, bro? I don't know. Black. Damn, Erica cares about what's happening over there with those white folks. No, well, we just got to talk about it because it's in the news. You know what I'm saying? Now the other component to that is because the reason why we should care is because if we go to other places in the world that has us as the people, then we won't be making these goofy mistakes. We won't be if the West try to come in and romance us with a bunch of this, that, and the other. We won't just believe them because we'll look back at their track record through history and know that they king of the double cross. Okay, Saddam Hussein used to come to the White House regularly for dinner, brunch, and all kind of meetings and stuff. But when they needed him to be a political football, what did they do? He was expendable. Now they, you know, went over there and had the man hung. Same thing with Gaddafi. He used to come in the White House, right? But when they need you to be the political football, guess what? They have you out in the street. They dragging your body. Okay, so we can't fall for that. In other words, so these situations that's going on in these other countries, it's a lesson for us to learn, right? We got to learn the lesson. If we don't, we doomed to repeat these same mistakes as these people. Now we know we're no we if we in one of these say we're in an African nation and Russia decides they're gonna invade, we know not to believe what the West are we gonna send y'all this and send y'all that, we gonna do this and do that. But if they come to us with that, we're gonna be like, no, 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 no. We're gonna sit here and negotiate a ceasefire and terms of surrender right out the gate. They don't used to getting all our people killed for what? Okay? You don't do that. That's a classic military mistake. Okay, you go up against somebody bigger, powerful, more stronger, well funded and determined, and here you got a ragtag bunch of citizens that you had to in forbid to leave the country because they was between the ages of 18 and 60. So you had to get some butchers and some shoemakers and some delivery boys and some sandwich makers and give them a gun to fight against the Russian army. Come on, man. I would tell everybody in the country, look, I know guys, we got big hearts, we want to fight, but look, we can't go up against this type of machine. Let's just negotiate a ceasefire and terms of surrender. That's better than to get everybody killed for what? For nothing? For them to end up having a country anyway? Stupid, 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 stupid. Let's say stupid did as stupid does. Right. And the other piece I wanted to talk about was, did you see our continental brethren, right, in the Ukraine trying to get out, trying to go to Hungary and trying to go to Poland, and they got their ninja wake up call. Did y'all see that? They said Ukrainians first, ninjas, y'all just gotta wait. Did y'all see that? Who saw that? I know y'all saw it because it's been the talk of the town on the internet. I tell now we know, we should know. Yeah, yep, I know, right? It was sad, but see, here's the thing. Why the hell are they in the Ukraine anyway? Africa got wonderful universities. Keep your ass in your own country and take all of that freaking African genius in your own universities. I don't get it. I just do not get it. And they apparently they don't get it till now. And then I seen a few of them being interviewed after this situation happened, after they realized, like, damn, that was a ninja wake up call. They interviewed one brother, and he actually got it right. I was like, it's a shame that you had to go through that in order for you to understand that we have no friends. As our great late great John Henry Clark ancestor said, "You African have no friends." What up? What up? What up? What up, Sweet Berry? Shout out to Sweet Berry for that super chat. This broadcast is sponsored by Sweet Berry. You dig? But he said, "What? You African, you have no friend." So, based off of what we've been seeing around the world, people have always tried to divide us because that's what certain demographics have told us that we need to separate because you're Nigerian, you're Ghanaian, you this, you that, you're Jamaican, you from the Caribbean, you from say Barbados, you're from Cuba, you from here, you from there, you from America. We all different, right? Yeah, but yet when it comes down to it, when it come down to it, you a ninja. You dig? You a ninja anywhere in the world. And in the mix of them fighting and dying, they had time to practice select appropriation. You see? Even in even in the mix of a war, they still got time to single out the melanated brethren. No, y'all get to the back of the line. You get to the back of the train. You get you get back over there, and if you don't get over there, I put a pipe in your face. I hit you over the head with this club. You get back over there, and if we decide to let you out, we'll notify you. And they was hollering. What were they hollering? Oh, we students, we students. They don't give a damn. They, they they didn't want you there in the first place. So you see that student title didn't mean nothing. And yeah, it was sad. I was upset by it. You know what I'm saying? But in my mind, I said, see, this is what I've been saying. You know, you don't want to value what we have, and you always want to value what these people have over what you have. Why don't you, if you feel that your institutions is not up to par on the same level as these people's institutions. We got African genius all over the place. How about you concentrate and focus that genius in your own institutions and bring those institutions up to a level where they rival the same institutions in the Ukraine or surpass them, so people from the Ukraine will be coming to Africa for higher learning. But yeah, that makes too much sense, don't it? That makes too much sense, don't it? You see? So in a way, I feel bad, but in a way, I'm glad because the whole world got to see that. And maybe that would actually wake up the hearts and minds of some of our people around the planet so we could stop with this geographical landmass um, way of dividing us. Oh, I'm from this part of Earth. You actually, we all from Earth. You from a part of the Earth that's called Jamaica. Yeah, yeah. Okay. You from a part of the Earth called Cuba. Oh, okay. You from a part of the Earth called Panama. You from a part of the Earth called Nigeria. You from another part of the Earth that's called America. You see how brainwashed we are? We from the same effing planet. But somehow we think we different. Because you put gravy on your rice and I don't. You put you like more spice on your rice than I do. What up, curly girl? I see you. What's happening? I see you. I see you. I will come on camera, guys, but I'm laying down, so I don't want to let y'all see me laying down. You did, but it's all good, all good. But yeah, this is the type of conversations we need to have because the fact that we was able to see that in real time and to see that raw emotion, that raw fear, right, and to see that raw racism taking place in real time for the whole world to see. They was not being covert. They was outright in your face with it. So we know when a real situation take place, this is what you got to expect, people. See, you gonna be left out to dry. Real situations, you gonna be left out to dry. We should know that already because we've had our N-word wake-up call. Katrina, anybody? Right? Did they try to hide that? It was out in the open the way they played us in Katrina for the whole world to see. Was they ashamed? Was was America ashamed for that? You know, did they feel there was a black eye on America? No. No, they kept right on rolling like that was nothing. They ain't even it really didn't even register on the world stage. What about Flint, Michigan? My African friend asked me, will racism ever end? I said, hell no. We've been going through this for 400 years. Yep, absolutely. The fact that she even asked that, meaning that she has a lot of work to do. The only way it's going to end is when certain populations no longer exist on the earth. That's my recollection. Okay. I don't think there's no redeeming them. You know what I mean? But that's not me to make that determination. It's just what I think. Because I think we did better, even though we fought amongst each other and we had wars and all that when it was just us. I still would rather deal with that than to be dealing with these people. I ain't gonna even lie. At least we had some type of humanity when we were fighting each other. Okay. These folks here just relentless with it. They never miss an opportunity to practice racism. You know what I mean? Like they don't skip a beat. Any crisis, here they come out the racism bag. You know what I mean? And they be on code. If you notice, when that happens, you don't really see too many mainstream dinosaur media types really harping on the fact the way those African students were treated. You don't hear them coming out, asking them to apologize or asking them for a spokesman for the Ukrainian military to come and speak PR type of campaign. Nothing, nothing. And if it wasn't for social media, we wouldn't even know about it. You know. So it was to me it was a blessing in disguise. Now the fact that one guy, if I can find his video, I'll try to link it to my community tab so you can see what he said, because to me it was like he genuinely uh, um, was awakened by that incident. Up to that point, he thought it was something other than what it really was. You know what I mean? He thought that maybe because he's from Nigeria or Ghana or one of those spots that he was on par with his European counterpart. Okay, he thought it was maybe some type of equality there, and because he's probably able to go to school with them, eat in restaurants with them, probably had even Ukrainian friends that he's got really close with. But when sugar honey iced tea hit the fan, you a ninja. Okay, if you okay if you a doctoral student with the grades that just off the charts, you an N word when sugar honey iced tea hit the fan. And if you didn't know, we'll remind you. So in that aspect, I'm kind of liking what happened. Not to that degree. I wish it wouldn't have been that way, but the fact that they were there and they was expecting something different than what they received, that's what I'm talking about. You know, they was expecting to get the same treatment, so that let me know that they feel or thought that they was on the same par, uh, even keel with their European counterparts, and now they got to see that they wasn't. So maybe, just maybe, the world. I mean, just maybe the Africans from around the world will see that and make a adjustments in their spirit to keep your talents in your own freaking country. Because we got African genius just oozing out of our damn ears. We can't even help it. Why don't you keep that talent in your own freaking nation and make your institutions the very best in the world, and then have them chumps come from their countries to certain African nations and African institutions and study up under us. And we're gonna charge them out of state, out of country, double tuition. You see what I'm saying? Tax them on the housing, you know? But we still got that mentality no matter where we are on the planet. Caucasian man's ice is always colder. And that's everywhere on the planet. And that's a damn shame. At in this day and age, with all this technology and all this access to information, we still run around here with these same thoughts in our spirit. It's a damn shame, you know? So at least the whole world got to see it, because I looked at it a couple times. I just got to find that video so I can put it up there. And I think we can always, once I put it up there, y'all could go look at it, and then I could come back and we can critique it again, because he genuinely looked like he just woke up from drinking the Kool-Aid. And it seemed like the way he was giving that interview and the words he used and the expressions that was on his face, he had just woke up in that moment. And it's like he was regurgitating all of the talking points that I've been talking about for years. He woke up, hey, he woke up instantly. But sometimes, hey, that's what it takes. That's what it takes. It takes for them the what I want to say, the Neanderthals that you love and trust so much to put a pipe in your face before you realize that they ain't your friend. They ain't your friend. And in a crisis, this is what they're gonna do. They will serve you up. They will serve your black self up on a silver platter, and they won't think nothing about it. And the world is not gonna hold them accountable because that's what they're saying, right? Hey, we got to hold. The world has to hold Putin accountable. They got to hold him accountable. Ain't that what they've been saying? But yet, when it's a crime against us, do you see anybody of Neanderthal persuasion saying that we need to hold somebody accountable for what's happening to these people? The world needs to hold this aggressor, right, accountable for what they're doing to melanated people. You don't never hear that coming out their mouth because why? They on code, whether they speak German, English, freaking Spanish, Italian. It don't matter what freaking language they speak. It don't matter what culture they come from. It don't matter how they eat their spaghetti, damn bagels, and they bonbons. It don't matter about none of that shit. When it comes to them being on code, they on code. And what are we? Confused, confused as hell. We run around here trying to be friends with these crazy folks. We're taking our very best minds that the planet has to offer, and we're taking it to their institutions. Make help me make help me make that make sense. So you born in Africa, or you born in the West, or wherever you born at, and wherever you was born at, help foster the environment for you to develop your intellectual prowess. Then once you develop it, right, and you master it, then you take it to their institutions. But it wasn't their institutions that fostered that intelligence. Do you see how crazy that shit is? Do you see the very environments that fostered you in order to be this freaking genius? You leave and take it to the Neanderthals institutions, and then that I know the mindset. They be hoping and praying to get top notch grades, so a company that's in those nations will offer them a position and hire them, so they ain't never got to return back to their country. Now, say I'm lying. Ain't that what Mr. Putin said? He said Africa is a graveyard. Ain't that what he said? Who remembers that? Who remembers what he said about Africa, Mr. Putin? Mr. I'll run in your country with tanks. Because I'm a G. You dig? I'm a G like that. I'll run in your country with tanks. And ain't nobody gonna do nothing about it. Who remember what he said? Anybody? Let me see how good you all's memory how good your memory is. Who remember what Mr. Putin said about Africa? Anybody? I'm gonna mute y'all while I blow my nose, guys. While I wait on somebody to tell me what Mr. Putin has said about Africa. All right, if you remember what he said, put it in the chat. You know, I know exactly what he said. Word for word down there. Because I won't forget it when he said what he said. I couldn't argue with it because it was the truth. Exactly what you just said. Africa is a graveyard. Yeah, but then he added to it. He added to that. He said Africa is a graveyard, and then he went to explain himself and what he really meant because nobody really understood what he meant at first. And then he said that the African is basically a smart individual and that they go to Western nations to go to school, get jobs, they stay in those nations and they develop their wealth and they help develop companies and institutions in the West, right? And he said they stay in those countries until they get old, ready to retire, and then they move back to Africa so they can be buried on African soil. That's what he said. And I couldn't argue with him. For the most part, that's what we do. Of course, there's exceptions to the rule, so that's not everybody. So you can't come here and say, that ain't everybody. I'm already saying it ain't everybody, but for the vast majority, we all know that that's true. Now, a lot of folks are changing their positions on this because one, he said that, and then two, you got guys like me and other guys that's on this same wavelength frequency saying the same thing about us moving back and taking our talents to Mother Africa to the various nations. So now a lot of folks that's from was Continental brothers and sisters in the West, they put up with racism for so long, and now they see that we are sick of it, and we moving back. So we're basically sparking something in them, so they can move back. Now, I've heard quite a few of them are moving back now, and they're not nowhere near retirement age. So we are basically controlling the narrative whether we want to or not. They see what we're doing. They see the dreams and aspirations and goals that we're planning for various African nations. And they're saying to themselves, like, well, hell, I was born there. My family still lives there. My grandmother's there, my grandfather, my siblings, you know. So a lot of them are quitting their jobs, they're saving their money, they're quitting their jobs, and they're moving back to the African continent of their birth, right? And the nation of their birth, and they're developing various businesses. They're employing their brothers and sisters, and they're having more of an open spirit to looking at everybody that has melanin in their skin as family. And they starting to realize, because we've been harping on this forever, that we're so caught up in these tribes and we're so caught up in these different borders, right? And this is another reason what's keeping us from being as great as we could be. When we notice the Europeans, what are they doing? No matter what the language, no matter what the culture, no matter if they got a dispute, whether they done fought against each other in the past, they put all that aside to practice supremacy. And they fight amongst themselves in private later. But when it comes to being on code and controlling the narrative and trying to covet all of the earth resources, they on the same page. No matter what differences they didn't had in the past. Okay? Are they just loving each other all the time? Nope. But guess what? They can work together against us. And here we are working as individuals against a worldwide phenomenon, a worldwide conspiracy. And we trying to go at that as individuals. And what we do is we just hope that the worldwide conspiracy just don't come to us. Long as it don't come to us, come to our door, we basically just kind of, put our head in the sand and leave it at that. Until it affects you personally, then, it's a big deal. Now you want to, it's a 4 alarm fire now. That's how I go pretty much. Gather yourself together, ye whole nation not desired. Yep. But yeah, hey, it is what it is. Exactly what did you just say? Africa's great. Okay, I read that. But yeah, that's what he said, and it tends to be true. Now we are changing the narrative ever so slowly, but I think with the exposure of that little crisis there with the African students and the whole world getting to see that that little interview and that little clip of them pushing that lady back with the baby and all that has went viral. So pretty much every alternative black news uh, content creator is talking about that. So it's going to pick up steam, and that's going to provoke a worldwide conversation amongst us on how do we move forward in the wake of knowing when it's a war between two European powers. We're considered as, you know, less than human, and it's put on full display. You know. Oh, midday. That's what's up. Me too. Midday all day. You dig? Yep. I can't wait to get back to Mama Salone, baby. Yep. We going April 20th to May 3rd. So anybody that like to go, email me. Email me so you can get your get your information. Because I don't give it out over the net like this because it got so many haters. But if you email me, leave me your phone number, your name, phone number, best time to call you, and I will call you. And I'm gonna ask you a few questions. First question I'm gonna ask is: have you performed your DNA ancestry test? That'll be the first thing before we go before we move any further. I need to know that. And if you've done that, then I need another. I have a battery of questions to ask. Okay. So anybody that's interested in going, because I plan to go and just. I need a vacation again. I just got back a couple months ago, but I'm already ready to go again. Get over there. So my son going with me this time. So man, we gonna have a blast. It's gonna be our first big trip. Now we even took little father son trips here in the States. I think we went to Vegas one time, and most of the other times we just get on some road trip stuff. But this time we're going international with it. So and I'm like the international connoisseur at this point because I've been so many times. So I'm gonna definitely be able to make sure my son has a great time. Yes, I'm Minday as well. Just got back my Got yours back a couple of weeks ago. That's what's up. Shout out. Congratulations. Men day all day, baby. You know, that's what's up. That's what's up. You trying to go? You trying to slide? You trying to slide to Mama Salon with us in April? If you are, email me. GoHamTrucking at Gmail. GoHamTrucking at gmail.com. And if you can't make April, then we'll be going back either November or December. Maybe you can make that trip. But we still could be in communications to kind of get you prepped, put you on the payment plan. You know what I mean? If you ain't got all the bread right now, we put you on the payment plan so you can go ahead and just start putting money away every paycheck until it's paid, and then you can be ready to ride out with us and rock out. We spend 2 whole weeks in Mama Salon. Most tour companies don't do that. They spend about a week and that's about it. We spend 2 to give you a fairly thorough examination of the country. Okay. We want to, if you're from the Mende tribe, later this year, that's what's up. If you're from the Mende tribe, the Mendes, they mostly concentrated in Boat Town. So that's about 4 hours, 4 hours from Freetown. So we need time to drive out there, spend time with the folks in the village. We have the naming ceremony that take place out there. We had a few little events that go on that we take part in. Then if it's somebody from the Timony tribe, we go to them. That's another 3-4 hour ride. You got to spend time with the village, naming ceremony. Okay, we do a few events with them. All right, we just kind of roll around the country so you get a chance to actually see the country. To me, that's the best part of the trip. You actually get to see, okay, not just the city. Freetown is big. I mean, it's like the population in Freetown's got to be close to 2 million people. So it's super populated, overpopulated, if you ask me, right? But when you leave outside of the city center and you start going to these other places, they're basically big, I want to say big towns, small cities, or whatever. So in between there, it's kind of like America. You know, if you're in Chicago and you're trying to go to Louisville, you're going to pass through a lot of cornfields, a lot of cows, a lot of pigs, a lot of chickens. Same thing in Africa. You know what I'm saying? So when you're passing through some of that land, you get to actually see the land. And there's plenty of it. I mean, plenty of land. That's why I'm in the process now trying to figure out who owns all of this vacant land. I mean, it's just hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of thousands of acres. So I'm in the process of trying to weed through it ever so slightly so I can figure out, do my due diligence, find out who owns all this land because I'm trying to get some of that. I'm trying to snatch some of that up, you know what I mean? Because I definitely want to get to doing some organic growing, right? I need space for a well. So I can have access to clean water. You know, I got to have space to put my place. But them crops are more important than anything because food is definitely going to be a commodity. You know your boy Bill Gates buying up all the farmland in America. You know what he owns. Y'all know what he gonna do once they said this man owns more farmland in America now than pretty much everybody else in the country put together. Then why is he buying up all this farmland? He ain't no farmer. You know, he a guy that steal tech secrets. You know what I'm saying? So, like, what is he planning on doing? To me, whatever it is nefarious. That's how I'm looking at it. So we need to be able to slide on up out of here before he really get a hold of all of this farmland and start actually growing stuff. But I ain't gonna tell him what he's gonna do with them crops. But I ain't trying to sit around here and wait to see what happened with them. I want to be over there growing my own stuff, right? The natural way, natural fertilizers, you know? So I agree. I spent 2 weeks. Okay. Yeah, in the village. Okay. I can't even chiefdom. That's what's up. Yeah, 2 weeks is, you got to spend at least 2 weeks, people. That's why I really like what we're doing with our Back to Africa pilgrimage. my Sierra Leone pilgrimage is that we spent 2 whole weeks in the country. And that's a good amount of time. Now I'm gonna stay an extra week. This April, I'm gonna stay my 2 weeks, and then we're gonna stay behind an extra week. So I'm gonna stay 3 weeks. And I can't wait. Cause it seems like, man, every time I go, I just have a ball. I just feel so at peace, so restful. You know what I mean? I feel like I'm at home, you know? So I'm man, I can't wait for the trip. And then the other thing about going with a tour is that you get to go with folks. Some of them are their first time, some of them might be second timers or whatever, going to Africa, but you get to bond with people that think sort of along the same frequency as you do. So you get to make friends, you get to make some tribal buddies. So maybe you can really connect with a certain person, right, or group of people, and then they go into other African nations. Now you got somebody to go with, right? Let's say you want to go to Ghana, you never been. These 2, 3 people on the tour, they want to go to Ghana, they never been. You know, we can arrange them. You know, we got enough network now where we can arrange some stuff where y'all can all go to Ghana together. Let's say you want to go to Tanzania, you want to go to Zanzibar. You know, you want to go, 4 or 5 people on the trip want to go as well. We can arrange that. We got situations where we can arrange that where you can go to Zanzibar, right, along with other group members and really enjoy yourself because you get really familiar with folks once you've been on a tour with them. I mean, you get really familiar. You will have plenty of time to conversate. Plenty much time to see the same things, to really get to know each other. So now, when they start talking about that topic is always going to come up. What other African nations you would like to go to? That topic is definitely going to come up on the bus. And people are going to start shouting out, you know, Ghana and Senegal and the Gambia. And other people on the bus be like, yeah, I want to go there too. I want to go there too. So now you got other folks, right, that you're vibing with that wants to go to these African nations too. And I ain't gonna lie, it's more fun to go with people with like frequencies. I'm not gonna even lie. It's so refreshing to be around like-minded people who care um, who care about us enough to spend our hard-earned money to go over there to see, you know, where your ancestors were taken from. You know, because a lot of folks, this stuff don't resonate with them, and to me, they just spiritually dead, and they haven't they haven't risen right from their graves yet. And thank the good Lord upstairs that He rose us up, and we able to understand and are in a position to correct this historical wrong that happened to our ancestors. Can you just imagine you're a young person in your teens, early teens, and you just free as a bird in the motherland, eating off the land, just having this beautiful African sun glistening every day, and you out just having fun, and then you're not paying no attention and somebody just throw a net over your head, right? Knock you upside the head with something unconscious, and then the next thing you know, you wake up, you're being branded, you're being shackled, you're being whipped, and then you're being shipped off to a land where you don't know nothing, and people are strange, right? You never been on an open sea like that. These people speaking a strange language. They doing these strange practices, meaning they whipping, right? They got everybody chained together, sleeping on wood, single file like sardines, and then you end up in a land where you don't know where you are. Strange people with strange customs, and they're just vicious. Just imagine if that were you. When the first folks that were brought over, just imagine. And now here we are, right? Woke up from our graves, and now some of us are the first generations of folks to go back to where that first ancestor was taken from. To me, it's spiritual. I don't know about y'all, but to me, every time I go, it's spiritual. It's a very humbling experience for me to be the first person to go back. Okay. Now the rest of my family is really not interested. I don't think. I maybe got one or two people that's interested, but the calendar is steady ticking. Nobody's just you know offered to go except my son. But you know, I understand why my son want to go because I've been talking to him about Africa ever since he was like 6. And we've been watching. We watched the Hidden Color series. I got all of them. 1804. We learned about Malcolm, Martin. You know, Ali. You know what I'm saying? Marcus Garvey. Noble Drew Ali. The Honorable Elijah Muhammad. Pretty much everybody. So I understand why my son want to go because he been hearing this from me for the whole throughout his whole life. So it's like a thing for him. But it's a beautiful thing. So to travel with a group is really good, right? It is people very smart, various professions. I mean, the last trip we had we had Mr. Lawson that was a pilot. We had some school teachers. We had some nurses. We had a lawyer. We had some electricians. Um, you had some people working in the banking field. Then you had me in the transportation field, and we was all able to get there on that bus and just vibe out. It was a beautiful thing. I ain't gonna lie. I had some very, very stimulating conversations, and I could travel with those folks anytime. Anytime we can always go somewhere and rock out. For pretty much all my trips, pretty much. Every trip I've been on, I met some really good people. A lot of folks I'm still cool with to this very day. We still call each other. We still talk. Sometimes they be here on the lives, right? And they'll call me after the show. Sometimes it be something I said really spark something in them, and they might not feel comfortable to say anything on the chat, but then they'll call me afterwards and be like, "Man, you said this, man, that really resonated with me. Let me tell you how." And I sit and listen, and I come up with a few more things because we're vibing now. So it's a beautiful thing because I ain't gonna lie. How Drake had that song, "No New Friends," right? So at this point in our lives, we're not really trying to get no new friends. But when it comes to this repatriation movement, right, we could be selective, right, and choose uh, some good friends that's put in the same proximity as us, right? You just got to be able to feel them out on their wavelength, and because other than that, I wouldn't. I'd have made some really good friends from these trips. People that I genuinely want to see do great and want to keep up with them, for as long as I'm here, you know. So said bring a nation against the from yep. Again the earth and its swift as the eagle. Yep. I shall understand the nation contest. Yep. That's what's up. See this that's why I say this is a beautiful thing, guys. So that's why I'm looking forward to going back and looking forward to meeting back up with my shorty. I'm missing her, she missing me. And we're looking for somebody for my son. And matter of fact, most of everybody looking for something now because time is not on our side. We want to be able to try to bring forth some really healthy relationships and really healthy families. So um, most everybody that I talk to privately is looking to get married. We just don't want to do it in the West because the West has families all screwed up. It's anti-family. Anti-family in the West. In Africa, they don't have that same, it's still family oriented. So we want to go and really plant our flag there, which makes sense, makes sense. But okay, people, I didn't want to keep y'all no more than an hour. I want to get out the truck, do a little walking, and grab some of these weights in here. I got some dumbbells, do a few dumbbells and some curls. I gotta be ready in case they bring the fight to me. I gotta be ready. You know what I'm saying? I gotta have this. I gotta be what they say, war ready. You know, I'm gonna do a few things before I lay down. I'm gonna get up early, hit it. But I get back to the house tomorrow. I might, depending on how I'm feeling, bring y'all a broadcast tomorrow from the house where I'm a little bit more relaxed. I have my whole setup. I can be on camera and bring some of y'all up so we can further go in depth into these subjects, what's going on in today's world. But anybody got any questions? Any questions before I jump off of this? Let y'all get back. Boost him to y'all night. Any questions? Questions, 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 questions. Any questions? Questions. Questions, questions, questions. Any questions? Any questions? Shout out to Sweetberry again for the Cash App. She's the sponsor of the show. And if you're so inclined, y'all see the Cash App there. Brother could use a couple of dollars. I just bought some new setup for the crib, green screen, and I just bought some new lights because it's kind of dark. The regular light is fine, but it's not. It doesn't show my face well enough. So I bought some new lights. I bought some new green screens. So I'm gonna be putting all that up tomorrow when I get back home, God willing, so I can bring y'all start getting a little bit more professional, so I can come on a little bit more and just keep the house set up there and ready to go. Keep everything plugged in. So all I gotta do is just turn on the computer and boom, let's rock out. So if you're so inclined, go to Cash App, scrolling across the bottom. Everything is much appreciated. Definitely is. Definitely is. And then also it goes to help take care of some of the things dealing with the trip. Advertisement. That usually comes out of my pocket. Those ads that you may see floating around the internet, those ads I put together. I write the script, and I get people to put it together for me, and I pay for it. That comes just straight out of my pocket. And then also to advertise in certain spaces, that comes straight out of my pocket. Because to me, it's worth it to advertise the trips because a lot of folks still don't understand that, these opportunities exist, right? So I still get new people all day long contacted me like, I could get citizenship. I'm like, yeah, where you been? Oh, well, I just came into the space. I'm like, oh, okay. So, we got people coming into the space every day. So that's what that is. So we got to keep advertisements going for folks that's waking up, later than we woke up. We woke up early in the game, and a lot of people are waking up daily. And some of the current events is what's helping to wake people up. So that's great. You know, exactly. Marriage is very important. Absolutely, marriage and children. Like they say, black man, black woman, black babies, black empowerment. You dig? Shout out to the Bag family. When are you going to the Gambia, the next to the Bag? I don't know. Like I said, my thing now is to build up Sierra Leone. I went to the Bag, and I went to the Gambia to see if it was something that I would like to do, which I would because the Bag family is there. We come from the same neck of woods, west side of Chicago. Dig? So I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to establish, right? Sierra Leone is my base. Then I'm going to establish Ghana because I have land there and I'm part of the Black Star Pan African community in Ghana. So I'm a member of that and I'm on one of the committees. So I want to get that going. And then once I get those two established, I want to do some rental properties there in Ghana and then living, farming / rentals as well in Sierra Leone. And then I'm going to slide over to the Gambia once that's complete and do some type of business arrangement with the Bag. So a few years I want to be there 100% of the time and then just doing my broadcast from over there
still getting people to come over, and then maintaining my businesses that I plan to create there. I probably still will work, but I'm gonna cut down my working schedule to maybe 6 months on, 6 months off. So I think once I decide to get married, I would just bring her over here with me for those 6 months, so she's not over there worrying me to death because she's bored or lonely or whatever. So bring her over here for those 6 months, and then just on some visiting visa, right? Or whatever. I don't know if it's 6 months over. I ain't even looked into it, but that's what I'm thinking. And then go back for 6 months. 6 months salary would be good enough um, to take back over there. And once you convert it into Leones, it'd be a lot of Leones. You feel me? So the whole idea is to have multiple businesses in multiple places to develop networks and people that you can trust to run some of these things while in my absence, and still have the luxury to come to America and work 6 months out of the year. Because even in working a 6 month type of schedule here in America in the trucking business, I still will make a great income and still be either six figures or right at six figures. So by the time I pay taxes and all the maintenance and this and that I got to pay, I still should be able to go to Africa with about 35, maybe 40,000 cash. You know what I'm saying? And when you turn that into Leones, that's a lot of Leones, or that's a lot of Delacies. That's a lot of CDs. You feel me? That's a lot of that's a lot of money over there. You know what I'm saying? It's like, it's about 40,000. That's about, that's over 100 million, ain't it? I have to add it up. My math is kind of shaky right now, but it's a lot of money, you know. So that's just working 6 months. So I think we should all be looking for those type of opportunities, and that's if we even can do that based off of the fact of what we see in current events. Because America looks very shaky. So if it looks too shaky, then I'm just gonna be over there and just do my farming thing, and then maybe do a restaurant. I can cook a little bit. My girl can cook. Our family can cook. So we just gonna get us a restaurant and get stuff out of the farm to bring to the restaurant to gourmet it up. So it's all about growth, right? And in order to really grow, we need to create stable foundations, and that starts with family. Black man, black woman, black babies, black empowerment. And that is so true what the Bag family said. That's why I will always preach it, because it makes plenty sense. So that's my plan, to be able to go to all three nations, because those right now, those are my three favorite. Those are my three favorites: Sierra Leone, Ghana, and the Gambia. Okay, so why not have businesses in each one and have people that I connect with in each one, so I can fly back and forth, right, intercontinentally, and visit, do business, right, keep my network going, and then if I choose to, still come to America and work. You feel me? So that's how I would answer that. But yeah, shout out to the Bag. Appreciate them letting me advertise on the channel, because it's a great help, and then also I get to help them as well. So it's a win-win. Good to hear your vibe with the Bag family was cool. I like it. Keep up the great work. Absolutely. Keep coming around, because we got a lot in store. And y'all subscribe. Matter of fact, we put the other channel, because whenever they decide that they're going to take me off of this, because I be talking some good stuff, y'all go over to the other channel, and here it is. Matter of fact, everybody in here now that ain't subscribed to it, go subscribe to it. I'm going to put it in the chat now. That's it. Salone Nation channel with me and my girl. So whenever they take me off of this one, that's where I'm gonna be most of the time. We're gonna be got just a couple videos over there now, but when I go back in April, we're gonna we're gonna definitely load that channel up with plenty of content as well as over here. So y'all go over there and subscribe for me. If you don't mind, I would appreciate it. And I'm sure she would appreciate it. And we're gonna grow that channel. And over there is where we do most of the fun stuff at. You know, fun videos, but informational as well. And over here we'll be more political and more race first. You know what I mean? So, that type of content usually gets deleted on YouTube. So we'll keep the backup channel over there. So if y'all go subscribe over there, so if stuff hit the fan over here, I can let y'all know over there. And then I'll create another Go Ham channel. Just change the name slightly. Right? So we'll do that. So y'all do me a favor, go over there and subscribe. And don't worry. Once I get over there in April, we're gonna give you way more than enough content for that channel. Right? You get a chance to really meet her and hear her, get her thoughts, and things that she's been experiencing in the African continent. And I ask her the type of questions that I'm sure you all want to know, and then you'll get a chance to ask questions as well. So y'all do me a favor, go over there and subscribe and hit the bell so you can get notifications when we do go live. I mean, when we do upload videos over there, make sure you hit the bell. But that's all the questions. I'm going to get up out of here so I can get this workout in. It's 9 o'clock. I'm going to be in the bed by 10 so I can get up early and start driving around 4:30. So I can be back in Chicago pretty early. Get me a workout in, wash some clothes, and then I'll try to bring y'all. Since I got the new setup, I go set it all up so I can get y'all the broadcast tomorrow before I turn it in. But until then, I'm going to get on up out of here. Peace. And hair grease. If y'all see any topics y'all want me to talk about, email me. GoHamTrucking@gmail. And I'll cover it the next time I come back. All right? Until next time, Black African Power. Hey, you got to be on code because when Sugar Honey Iced Tea hit the fan, they on code against us. So y'all better wake up. Until next time, peace.